Okay, Tony Harrington, your property investing here with Jack. Now, Jack, you work in the building industry, not on a super high income, buddy, but
No.
what we're going to do today is we're going to go through a bit of a cash flow review for you, right? So have a look at your income, your expenses, your assets, and your liabilities. Because when I teach people how to invest in property and pay less tax and pay their houses off, Jack, one of the first things people need to understand is exactly where I am. Where am I today? Exactly where's my money? What's going on with it, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pop up and do a bit of a screen share. And
Yep.
I'll bring up some numbers and I'm going to show you how we can help you improve your cash flow. And then once you improve your cash flow, there's two things you can do. You can pay down non-deductible debt, which is shit like your mortgage, which is just a liability.
Yep.
Or you can funnel money over to, hey, how can I use that money to invest, grow my money and make my money start working for me so that I can, get out of working and get to live a bit of a life, right? So, mate, you're 25 at the moment.
Yep.
Paying off a house.
Yep.
And you're following the same path as everybody else out there, mate. Pay off a house and then hope like hell I'm going to have enough super when I get there, right? So I'm going to show you something a little bit further on. I'm going to show you exactly where you are, where you're heading, and I'll show you what you can do, buddy. So how about we jump into it? I'll just share the screen here for us.
Yep.
Okay, cool. You in there, Jack? You can see all this?
Yep.
Okay, cool. We've got a net take-home income of $1,295, right? You've also divided your last year's tax return by 52, and a bit of money coming in from a rental thing that you've got going on. And then we come down the other side and we look at all your expenses over here, right? So just our day-to-day living stuff like food, groceries, alcohol, having a bit of fun, coffees, things like that. Go down here to the mortgage on your home, mobile phones, internet. So these are basic things that we need, credit cards, all that sort of jazz there. All your utilities, gas, electricity and water. And we get down to the big ones down here, which is usually car rego and stuff, but you must have a company car, right?
I do. I'm lucky in that sense, yeah.
Beautiful. Saves you a few dollars there, mate. Is that your driver in the background?
Yeah, I wish. I wish.
Your chauffeur?
Yeah, I wish.
All right, cool. So big ticket items, down here like insurances and things like that, mate. So let's just have a look at the snapshot for now, right? So your net weekly income is calculated over here. Your weekly expenses are calculated over here, Jack. So at the moment, mate, without making any changes to your life or your lifestyle at all, you've got a weekly surplus cash flow of $242 a week, right?
Yep.
So, mate, over a year, that's $12,500 that you could take, use, put it into maybe paying more down on your mortgage, maybe look at, hey, can I invest and put some money into investing? So it's not a bad starting position, right?
Yep.
I see a lot of people when they do this, they actually come out with a negative figure because a lot of people are out there spending more than what they earn.
Yeah, so, when I first started putting them in, I was getting a bit worried, that's for sure. when it was doing the calculations down the bottom, I'm like, oh.
Well, look, thanks for your honesty, because look at it, mate. 20 years ago, when I used to work on building sites, I used to blow all my money. I used to punt on horses. I used to gamble on card games, mate. I had no idea. And one of the very first things I learnt 22 years ago now, I kept a notepad and pen beside my bed for 30 days because I didn't have this electronic version. And I tracked every cent that I was spending. And actually, mate, at the time, it was probably the hairiest thing that I ever did because I really sat and realised where I was wasting all my money.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was actually the best thing that I ever did. So here's what we're going to do with you, mate. Let's see if we can ramp this figure up from 12,500 and see if we can maybe get you to a point where you're 25 grand. So we had a conversation the other day, and you've told me that you've got the option to maybe do a little bit of overtime, maybe work the odd Saturday, things like that. And that could equate to about $350 a week, right?
Yep.
Mate, I'm a big believer in having a good lifestyle while you're creating your wealth, right?
Yep.
So the building industry, I know that most of the guys are out there working 4 10s and 2 8s, some of them working 6, 7 days a week, 10, 12-hour days. I know they all hate it because I used to hate it. They're paying bucket loads of tax. They're practically working overtime for nothing a lot of the time. So what I want to just factor in here, mate, is just something pretty simple for you. And I worked this out. Let's say, for instance, if you committed to 22 Saturdays in the next 12 months, okay, which is, about one every 2 weeks. I'm not saying, hey, Jack, go work every Saturday. Oh,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
If we put that at 350, that's 7,700 a year, right?
Yep.
We put into extra income. So that comes out at, I'm going to type this in, I worked this out, I divided that by 52. So that comes out at 148 bucks a week, okay?
Yep.
Let's go down here now, just by making that one little decision, right? You maybe work 22 Saturdays in the next 12 months. What's it do to your cash flow? Let's go down and have a look. All right, your cash flow has gone from 12,500, Jack, to over 20,000.
Yeah, it's a big jump.
Now, the problem with people, why they don't get motivated with money, is because they never sit and look at this.
Yeah.
They sit, oh, mate, I've got to work another sad day. Oh, number one, they haven't got a goal. They haven't got a plan. So I know you want to get ahead in life, Jack.
Yeah.
You want to, mate, how do I pay my house off? Or how do I invest in property? How can I get myself to a position where if I don't want to work, I don't have to. If I want to work part-time, I can work part-time, right? The only way you're going to do it, Jack, is sitting down, going through an exercise like this where you can actually see the results in advance.
Yep.
Are you more motivated to have $12,000 a year cash surplus or $20,000 a year?
Definitely 20,000, definitely.
Right. The next thing I want to point out for you is up here. The very first thing I put in people's weekly expenses, I got taught this 20 years ago, buddy. It's called pay yourself first. So anytime you get income, the first thing you should do is put a small portion of that income and put it into an account or something like that that just gets put aside. And it's what's called a cash cushion. You know, the tradies in the building industry, I know that they're in and out of work. Job insecurity is a big issue for a lot of people. Oh, shit, what's it? We just seen the shutdown of the building industry for a few weeks. People are panicking, going, Christ, oh, where's my money, right?
Yeah.
But I've got $100 a week here, just as a broad figure. So that's gone into your expenses column, mate. So if I come down here and take that $100 a week, which is actually savings, and I add it in here, and that's $5,200 a year, right?
Yep.
If we add that on to your 20,294, that gives you $25,494 a year, Jack.
Yep.
That's $1,000, $500 a week that you could be putting into how am I going to knock my house off, or am I going to invest in property? So can you see now already, mate, we've already doubled your yearly cash flow.
Yeah, yeah.
If you get a pay rise, Jack, you're going to have more surplus cash, right? Is this helping?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Let's go up here. You're pretty good. I've seen some guys with some really way out there spending habits. Here's a couple of things I just looked at or highlighted, you know, like takeaway, smokos and lunches. Look, $50. I know it's not enough, so you probably only do it once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Alcohol, coffee. Look, I'm not saying live a measly lifestyle, mate, but if you can adjust something by $10 a week or $20 a week, that's an extra 500 or 1,000, right?
Yep.
So you got to add this up. You got to start multiplying this in your brain. See this over here, 7,700, right? For the next, if you do the next 22 Saturdays, if you do that for 5 years, do you know how much it is?
Nah.
Multiply it. It's 38,500 bucks, mate, that you've got extra cash.
Yeah.
Mate, I did a little sum for you. If you did 32 Saturdays, okay, at $350 for a Saturday, that works out, mate, over 5 years, 56,000 bucks. If you took 56,000, knocked that off your mortgage, it's probably going to save you 50 to 80,000 in interest on your home loan. You got it?
Yeah, yeah.
So you see here now where we're trying to get a bit smarter with our money. What are we doing?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so that's that. Now, you're already working with my finance broker, so we're going to restructure your home loan.
Yep.
Because your interest rate was too high. So you're going to save money here on your current mortgage, okay? One thing that you can look at, your mobile and your internet home phone plan. Sometimes you can get a better deal, you can bundle them together, whatever. I'm not quite sure who you're with or whatnot, but you need to look at that.
Yeah, I'll speak. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. Now, your credit cards, I know that we've got two little issues with credit. They're not big, so it's not major, but that's $100 a week, right?
Yep.
That's 5,200 a year.
Yeah.
If you could put that extra 100, you could get rid of those credit cards and get that extra 100 back into your cash flow. There's another 5,000. So now see how we're now starting to talk some pretty big money.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Making sense. And when we came down here, look, a couple of grand on holidays, no big deal. Health insurance, it's a killer, mate. I don't know what sort of coverage you got. For me, I just dropped mine back down to the basic because I look after my health and I chopped off a bit of money there.
I'm probably, to be honest, I was talking to my fiance about it. I'm probably just going to get rid of it altogether. I had to get it when I did work on the road and I was making a lot more than I was making now.
Yep.
So it's something that I've sort of just left, and it just keeps direct debiting out of my account every fortnight. So it's definitely something that I can maybe eliminate altogether. You know,
I think you find that there's a tax ruling from the government, mate, that Johnny Howard brought it in years ago. If you haven't got some sort of health insurance, he charges us an extra percentage on our Medicare levies.
Yeah. Okay.
I've just kept a basic cover, mate.
Yeah.
That was my personal thing. So you may just get something basic that just sort of saves you from paying that little bit of extra tax to the government.
Yeah.
And the other thing here, we had this furniture thing. Are you going to purchase something in the near future, or what's that one for?
Oh, look, that's just an assumption on furniture over 12 months. I know.
So you might be buying. Okay.
Possibly, yeah. It's something that,
cool.
it's something that I think would be realistic to happen by the time you buy a new coffee table, whatever it is, you know what I mean?
No, that's cool, buddy. And I'm glad you factored it in because that's forward thinking, right? You're starting to think ahead now. Most people just think and react to what happened last week. We've got to start to think and go, hey, what am I doing next week? So anytime you spend money, I've got another exercise I'll take you through another day, but I'm going to show you how to equate every hour that you work into when you go to spend money. So for instance, if you go to spend $500 tomorrow on some rubbish item, how many hours a week do you have to work to pay for that 500, right?
Yeah.
So
definitely.
buddy, here's what we've done. You've got a weekly surplus of $390 a week. A lot of people say, oh shit, Tony, how can I invest? How can I afford to invest in property? Well, until they do this, they've got no idea, right?
Yeah.
But we're talking over here, Jack, 25,500 plus when we restructure your home loan.
It'll change.
Mate, you could get this up to 35,000 bucks a year, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
Let's go over here to your assets and liabilities, which was all pretty good. Mate, the jet ski, how often do you use that?
I use it a fair bit.
Okay.
I use it most weekends over summer. It's something that I've got a big group that we go. It's something that's, I guess for me, I only paid 10 grand for it. It's worth 15. Yeah. But it's just something small that, it's a cheap way to have fun. And
listen, all good, buddy, no problem. Now the Visa card and the Go Money card, which was some sort of Harvey Norman thing. Here's what I suggest you do. When my finance broker's restructuring your home loan and getting a new rate, I think you should talk to her about these debts.
Yep.
Can I get them swept in? Can I get them cleared off or whatever? Because if that does that, it frees up that extra $100 for you.
Yep, cool.
Okay, so I don't know what the interest rates and that are, but let her do a comparison and see if there's a way she can bundle up those debts.
See if it's worth it. Yeah, cool.
Absolutely, get rid of them. And if you can, mate, I keep a credit card just for basic day-to-day stuff, but your credit card should be attached to your offset account.
Yeah.
And it should be paid in full every month, right? So you shouldn't be paying any interest on a credit card.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
I haven't paid interest on a credit card for over 20 years.
Yeah. The main way that I use a credit card is just I've got it on all my bills that they automatically come out of it. So yeah, that's my main purpose for it.
But it should be attached. You've got an offset account on your home loan?
No.
All right, that's it. You need to talk to the broker about this, about how we set this up. So the home loan, the offset account, the credit card debts.
Yeah.
How can we formulate a plan for you to fix that up? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Let's do that because we're going to come back and revisit this once the loans are all done and we've got you set up. Okay.
Yep.
So right now, buddy, your total assets are over here, your liabilities are over here, and your net worth is over here, right?
Yep.
So this is all looking pretty good. You comfortable with all this so far? Because you're only 25, mate. I think you're doing well.
Yeah, definitely. No, thank you.
All right. So that's the cash flow side of it, mate. Any questions on any of that?
No.
Okay. All you need to do is make this decision over here.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I was speaking to my partner about it last night. I'm just like, I think it's something that I have to do to be able to make that extra money and then be able to go, all right, now I'm ready to take another step and invest elsewhere or whatever it is.
Absolutely. Look, I could be really straight down the line with you, mate. Anybody who goes down a path of wanting to create wealth, have a better life, live a better life, there's a price we have to pay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And sometimes, hey, if I've got to suck it up and do the odd extra Saturday every couple of weeks for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years, but that helps accelerate how fast you can get to where you want to go. Because it's like it's the old adage, mate. It's like footy training and stuff. A bit of short-term pain
Yeah,
for a
definitely.
long-term gain. So do I suck it up now, or do I get in trouble later on and then I've got no time? So the biggest asset you got, Jack, is time.
I've got time. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, mate. So listen, that's cool. So I'm going to save a copy of this for you, and you're going to get a copy of the video. Then the other thing I want to do, mate, I just want to quickly show you this. Okay, can you see this one?
Yep.
This is where I put your numbers and figures in, okay, based on your income. And I'm going to show you where you are 25 years from today. So just staying the way you are, trying to pay off a house, having a bit of super. I'm going to take you down and take you through it, mate. So all I've done here is I've just put in your house figures and your income and stuff and your current superannuation. And mate, we're looking for an income of 75 grand a year when you're retiring, which is only 1,500 bucks a week. So here's your snapshot, Jack. This is today. See where the blue line runs out? That's 25 years from today.
Yep.
This is based on CPI and inflation. It looks like you're going to have about 1.1 million there in super, mate.
Yep.
Now, what this little program does, 25 years from today, the cost of living, CPI inflation is actually doubled 1.5 times. So to live on 75 grand today, at this point in time, you're going to need 157,000 a year.
Yep.
Because of CPI and inflation, right? So what that means, mate, staying the way you are with super, your money's going to run out in just under 8 years. See that?
Yep.
The other problem people have got, this is what they don't get with super. If, per se, that was retirement time for you, stock markets crashed, something happens in the world, and all you've got is super, what happens?
It's all over. It's all gone.
You've got all your eggs in one basket, mate. You've got no plan B. You've got no other extra financial security. You don't have any property on the side, etc. Right? And this is what I see most Australian working families trying to do, right? And this is the biggest problem they got. Now, if you could take, 50 bucks a week or 100 bucks a week. Whoop, hang on, what's happened here? Yeah, not coming up, mate, for some reason.
No.
Where am I? Oh, put 100 over there. Okay, sorry, mate. Here we go.
All good.
Okay, so that's the scenario: running out of money, running out of super. And if the stock market's crashing this period of time when people are retired, they're absolutely screwed, mate.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now, if you can get 2 or 3 properties, see over here these little yellow spikes. In the next 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, mate, your net worth goes up to around about 5.7 million. See that there?
Yep.
So here's the scenario, Jack. This is what most people are out there doing. This is the plan they're following. This is why they fail. They're working their asses off. They're paying heaps of tax. They're trying to pay their houses off. And they hope when they get to retirement, they hope they're going to have enough super. And they sit there and think, shit, I'm going to have $1 million.
Yeah.
But they're forgetting CPI inflation, the cost of living is doubled. Your million's not worth $1 million, it's only worth half, and they're going to run out of cash. If you invest in property and get 1 or 2, maybe even 3, depending, I'm not really gung-ho, but for most tradie clients, 1 or 2 is really good. Mate, all of a sudden your net worth is about 5 million and your money's going to run out in about 30 odd years.
Yep.
Game over. Is that making sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So the snapshot here that I'm giving you, mate, most people don't even sit and look at. They wait until they're in their 50s.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, shit, I better check out my super. Oh, what's going on? Oh,
yeah.
They don't get it, right? So, mate, it's great having you here at a young age. You can see where you're heading. That's the future, mate, for all the tradies out there who are following the same bullshit plan, because it doesn't work.
Definitely.
91% of people I've seen are going to run out of super between 5 to 7 years after they retire.
Yeah.
That's without a crash. Now, stock markets crash on average, and they have done this for the last 7 years. On average, every 5 years, the stock market will have a major crash.
Yeah.
So what are the chances of being retired or being near retirement and the markets are crashing?
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Pretty high, mate. So, buddy, any questions on any of that?
No, not at the moment. I guess I'm keen to find out about what I can possibly do next, like with lending and everything like that. That's probably the biggest thing I'm excited to look into.
Yeah.
So basically, I guess if I do turn my house into an investment property, does that then go into the factor of when you go for a loan to get more money because you're making an income from the property, or how does it work?
Well, when you've got rental income, it actually increases your income because rental income becomes part of my income.
Yeah.
So if you get 20,000 or 25,000 a year income off a rental property, that then is counted by the banks as income. So the finance brokers are the ones who are going to guide you through all that.
Yeah, cool.
So what we've really done here, mate, we've just moved into step 1, step 2 of what I think every tradie should do. And that is, number 1, let's do a financial assessment of your current position.
Yep.
Let's look at your cash flow, how we can help you get your cash flow working.
Yep.
Then how do we restructure your loans and your finance? And that's the next step that we're moving into. From there, okay, where do we go? We're investing, we're doing this, we're doing that. Okay, all making sense?
Yeah,
so, mate,
cool.
So look, really appreciate you jumping on this one, Jack. So for now, your goal would be to decide if that Saturday strategy is a bit of a plan that you may want to put in. That's one. Talk to the finance broker, what we spoke about with the credit cards, the restructuring of the home. So let's just let that happen.
Yep.
Once we've done that, we've also got my tax accountant involved to look at the tax perspective of your own home and an investment property.
Yep.
As soon as we've got all that mapped out, we're in a position to go. Now we know the path that we want to take, Jack. Because I think when we first met, you said you weren't sure what to do, which way to go.
Yeah, definitely.
So is this sort of helping you now sort of determine we're going to build a path and a plan and a strategy?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's exciting. Definitely. It's good to just get some guidance and help with what to do. I appreciate it.
Perfect, mate. Look, mate, I hope it's helped you out. This is one of the things I love doing with the tradies is showing them all this stuff. So
it's cool.
Mate, I'll send you a copy of the revamped cash calculator back across. Let's keep working forward with what we're doing with the broker and the accountant. And mate, let's help you get to where you want to be and get to the goal so you can get out of work and bloody live a bit of a better life.
No worries. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it.
About bloody 70 and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not if I don't have to. That's for sure.
Well, mate, the thing is, right, I'll give it to you really quickly. Putting a plan and a strategy in place, I'm telling you, you're ahead of 95% of the population.
Yeah, definitely.
95% of Australian working families have got no plan, they've got no strategy, and they're just winging it from week to week.
Yeah.
And they're going to be screwed. Sadly, they're going to be screwed.
Yeah, you're right.
So, mate, welcome to the minority.
That's it.
And listen, look after yourself, and I'll flick all the details across, and let's keep moving it forward.
Beautiful. Thanks, Tony. Take care.
Cheers, mate. Have a good day.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Jack.
Bye.
Peace.